you're looking to dive into topics on how to live a happier, healthier, more fit, and long lifespan, then you've come to the right podcast. Livin the Dream with me, Coach Damian Evans. Together, we will explore the topics on all things health, fitness, and wellness. Together, we will be lifelong learners on this journey to living the ultimate dream.
What up, Dream Team? Coach D here, coming at you from beautiful sunny San Diego, and welcome back to the Livin the Dream podcast. We are going to cover the topic of training today to help you reach for your health, fitness, and wellness goals and in order to live your dream life. And today's Training Tuesday episode is all about muscle. It's hot right now because if there's one thing I want you to know about building a stronger, healthier, longer lasting body, it is this: muscle is the currency of longevity. Muscle is your armor against disease, injury, and aging. And muscle isn't just earned in the gym. It's earned through strategy, consistency, and recovery. So whether your goal is aesthetics, strength, health span, or confidence in your own skin, these 10 tips today will give you the blueprint. Let's get after it. We're diving right in. Tip number 1, take creatine daily. 5 grams has been known as the sweet spot. Creatine is the most studied supplement on the planet, and it works. It helps you build more muscle, recover faster, lift heavier weights, and it even boosts brain function and protects against age-related decline. And they're now thinking that higher doses of creatine have been found to really help with brain health. So the optimal dose here is about 5 grams per day. But if you want to get a little more precise, you can take 0.1 grams for every kilogram of body weight. So for a 70 kilogram person, that's about 154 pounds. That's 7 grams a day for 154 pounds. If you're a larger male, more muscle mass, more active, you're going to require more. I take up to 10 to 15 grams a day. I have taken at least 5 grams a day since I was 18 years old. So I've been doing it for a really long time. And don't stress the loading phase either. If someone talks to you about the loading phase where you take a bunch of creatine for a couple weeks right off the bat, you don't have to worry about that. Just take it daily. Take it at the same time, like brushing your teeth. The time of day has been shown to maybe be splitting hairs on when you take it. If you take it after a workout, when your muscles are more susceptible to take up creatine, it might be a little bit better post-workout, but don't stress the timing. Don't stress the loading. Just take it daily. Take it during a time where you know you'll take it every single day. I take mine with my collagen in the morning. I have a little drink setup that I do every single morning, and that's just the time I know I will be consistent with it. Consistency is key here. Tip number 1, take creatine daily. Tip number 2, you can add 10 to 20 grams of collagen plus vitamin C. Want to train consistently? You need resilient joints and tendons. Man, am I learning this more now that I'm in my later 30s. Collagen isn't just for your skin. Muscle contains collagen too, especially where it connects to the bone. It helps repair tissue. So it also helps to decrease injury risk and improve recovery. So here's the pro tip here. Take about 15 to 20 grams of collagen with a source of vitamin C. For me, I eat 4 mandarin oranges and 2 kiwis every single morning, and I take my 15 to 20 grams of collagen with my creatine. Now, your tendons respond to load differently, so isometric exercises like wall sits or getting in the bottom of a lunge position for your knees and just hanging out in a lunge, but when you lower your knee just an inch from the floor, that back knee is really being stressed. Some of you might even feel the sensation of pain when you do this, and that is a strength issue. Those tendons need to be loaded. I like to do 3 sets of 45 seconds of things like wall sits or isometric low lunge holds. These are great for your knees, great for your tendons. A lot of people that struggle with maybe like tennis elbow, that is a tendon issue. Well, it's also an overuse issue, a repetitive motion issue, but it's a tendon strength issue. So if you can do an isometric hold, like squeezing and gripping a towel or dead hanging, these things can really help, along with the 15 to 20 grams of collagen with a source of vitamin C. I like to say, if you're really, really looking for timing here, take it about 30 to 60 minutes before training. One of the things I did in my past was I really wanted to help strengthen my Achilles tendon because I was really worried about it rupturing. So I would take collagen, vitamin C. I would also take glucosamine and MSM powder. I would do this whole concoction and I would do it 30 to 60 minutes before I did a jump rope bout. So like a 5-minute jump rope exercise routine. And that seemed to really, really help me. It's like armor for your connective tissue, which is really important if we want to gain muscle over the long term. Tip number 3, eat 30 grams of protein, up to 60 grams of protein per meal, depending on how big you are, depending on your protein needs. And do this 3 to 4 times a day. If you eat 30 grams per meal, 3 to 4 times per day, you're getting over 100 grams of protein, which is awesome. You're trying to get to that 1 gram per pound of desired body weight or of lean body weight that you're looking to hit. For me, I weigh about 180 pounds, 6'3". I'm looking to be about 200 pounds. So my desired weight is 200 pounds. So I'm eating 200 to 250 at least grams of protein a day. And there's no way I can do this by eating meals that have less than 30 grams of protein in it. So eat 30 to 60 grams of protein per meal. Really target protein every single meal you're trying to get your protein intake, and then you can fill in the carbs and fats, whatever that looks like for you, depending on your goals, and try to hit 3 to 4 of those per day. Protein isn't just about hitting a number, it's about distribution over the entire day. So eating enough protein per meal triggers this thing called muscle protein synthesis. It's your body's way of saying, let's build. It's that anabolic signal that your body needs to grow muscle. Research shows that the sweet spot is 30 to 60 grams per meal, especially for active adults. Spread that out over 3 to 4 meals a day, and you've got a powerful muscle building rhythm. Tip number 4, don't skip leg day. Seriously, don't skip leg day. Your legs house the biggest muscles in your body: quads, glutes, hamstrings. Training them with compound lifts like squats, deadlifts, lunges, step-ups, hip thrusts. This helps to boost testosterone. And yes, ladies, you have testosterone. Testosterone isn't a male hormone. I'm reading a really awesome book right now called The Menopause Moment by Dr. Kelly. Shoot, I forgot her last name, but I can get that to you if you have any questions. The Menopause Moment. Check it out. These kind of big lifts, they boost testosterone. They drive full body growth. And they also burn a little more calories in the meantime if your goal is to lose body fat. Plus, let's be real. Chicken legs don't build confidence. So train lower body once or twice per week, 2 times per week per muscle group is really the sweet spot minimum. Tip number 5. It kind of goes along with that last one. Lift weights 2 to 4 times per week. You don't need to train 7 days a week to see results. In fact, sometimes, most times, that can backfire unless you're really smart with your programming. The research is clear. 2 to 4 high quality sessions, lifting weights per week is plenty to build muscle, especially if you're hitting the big lifts. Pushing intensity while you're in there and making sure that you recover properly. Focus on consistency. Focus on what's called progressive overload. So just progressively getting better, whether it's more reps, more weight, increasing sets, just getting a little bit 1% better every single workout. Focus on effort and not perfection. Lift weights 2 to 4 times per week. Tip number 6, train in the 6 to 12 rep range and make sure that your working sets find near failure, near form failure. 6 to 12 reps, this is your muscle building sweet spot. Lift in the 6 to 12 rep range and make the last 1 to 3 reps very hard. Like, I'm working for this hard. When I give people 6 to 12 rep range, usually they just pick a light weight and they do it 6 to 12 times. That rep range is not for you to count out. That rep range is for you to pick a weight. You lift it as many times as you can until your form starts to fail. And hopefully those last couple reps where your form is starting to fail, that's going to be within 6 to 12 reps. So don't think about it like I'm going to pick a random weight to do 6 to 12 times. That is not what I'm talking about here. Now, don't go to total failure where you try to lift a weight and it just collapses back on you. You can do this sometimes, and there are places for this to be put into your program. But honestly, not everyone needs to go here. That kind of just wrecks your nervous system. It kills your recovery. Instead, all you have to do is stop with 1 to 2 reps left in the tank. That is what we call technical failure. Now, a lot of people don't even know what it feels like to have 1 to 2 reps left in the tank. So sometimes going to absolute failure is a good thing to do, just so you can be like, oh, okay, so I can see what it feels like to be within 1 to 2 reps. I know what those last 2 reps felt like. I actually failed. So that's where absolute failure can be really good. But we know when our form is starting to go. You know when you're lifting a weight and it's like you're trying to push the weight harder and faster and it just won't move. You're still getting the rep all the way up, but you have to grind through those last 2 reps. A lot of people in the group fitness space, they will stop as soon as they start to feel that weight pushing back on them. They feel like they should be able to move this weight naturally and easily through the whole entire set. That is lifting weights, but doing it more for cardiovascular and muscle endurance. So lift a weight that is heavy, really hard for the last 1 to 3 reps. And when your form starts to go technical failure, you're within that 6 to 12 rep range. It's hard work, but it's sustainable. Tip number 7, train each muscle group 2 times per week at least. Muscles need repeated stimulus to grow. That doesn't mean you need to do biceps every single day, but aim to hit each major muscle group twice per week. This could be like an upper-lower split, like Monday upper, Tuesday lower, and then Thursday upper, Friday lower. You have a rest on Wednesday. You have a rest on on Saturday, Sunday. It could be like a push-pull legs. So you do a bunch of push exercises like chest and triceps on Monday, and quads on Monday. And then you could do pull, so like back and bi and hamstrings. And then you could do like a full lower body workout, push, pull, legs, something like that, where you're stimulating each muscle group 2 times per week. And sometimes that 2 times per week, it rolls into the next week. It doesn't have to necessarily be like a 7-day work week. Like let's say you do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. Like you can do stuff like that. Just make sure you're about 2 times per week every 7 to 10 days. You could also do a full body routine 3 times per week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, hit all major muscle groups, compound lifts, work hard when you're in it and recover optimally before you start your next full body routine. It's not always about volume. Volume does matter, but it is about smart, consistent exposure. The only time I would say that lifting a muscle group more than 2 to 3 times per week is beneficial is when you're working on a skill of a body weight movement. So things like pull-ups. When it comes to pull-ups, frequency is king. You can do sub-maximal efforts of pull-ups every single day. Push-ups, bodyweight squats, lunges, bodyweight lunges, these are things that you can do every single day. Exercises when it comes to your core, like plank variations or curl-ups or leg raises. Those are things that you can do every single day until you find that you're at a point where the muscle is sore to a point where you're like, it's affecting your everyday activities. That might be a time to give it a couple of days break. But frequency is key when it comes to bodyweight exercises and a skill that you're trying to perfect. Otherwise, train each major muscle group 2 times per week. Tip number 8, huge, progressive overload. This is like the number 1, gold star this one, progressive overload. Add reps and add weight. This is one non-negotiable. Muscles only grow when they are challenged. That means lifting more weight over time, doing more reps of the same weight over time, resting a little bit less maybe on the same effort, or improving form and control. If you're just doing the same thing week after week, your body has no reason to change. Your body does what's called the repeated bout effect, where after you stimulate the body with an effort, it will do all that it can because it was damaged to repair that body to a point where that same stimulus does not change it or affect it like it did. Hey, that stimulus really hurt. I'm going to now rebuild those tendons, those soft tissues, those muscles to be able to sustain that same injury. And now I don't have to be able to be hurt by it. And that is a protective mechanism, but it's not the way that you're going to change and grow. So track your lifts, chase progress, and don't be afraid to push yourself. And if you are consistent for long enough, you can throw in a deload week here and there when you start to feel like, wow, this is getting way too hard or way too much to recover from. That's when you can throw in those deload weeks. But most people don't have to worry about that. Life throws in deload weeks for them automatically. Tip number 9, eat 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of lean body mass. So if you're serious about building muscle, you need to feed the machine. A solid target would be 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of lean body mass. That means your body weight minus your body fat. That is your lean body mass. So if you weigh 180 pounds, you have 20% body fat, that's going to be a lean mass of 144 pounds. So you have to aim for 144 to 180 grams of protein per day. Great, awesome goal to shoot for. It's a bonus. This also helps maintain muscle during fat loss. So you can get high protein and you can still keep your calories in a calorie deficit. And if you're a newbie, if this is a new stimulus for you, if you have a lot of weight to lose, you could possibly be in the Goldilocks zone of losing body fat and gaining muscle at the same time. Pros and consistent people and people that have been training for long periods of time, they have a harder time doing this. Tip number 10, last one here, hydrate like a pro. Water, salt, and electrolytes. Water, sodium, and electrolytes. Hydration isn't just water. It's water plus sodium and electrolytes. Being even 2% dehydrated, 2% can decrease workout performance, increase fatigue, and impair your muscle recovery. So drink throughout the day, little sips throughout the day. Add some sea salt, some Himalayan salt, some electrolyte packets or pre-workout to your water. And don't wait until you're thirsty. Hydrate all day. Hydrated cells equal stronger workouts and better gains. So the final takeaway here, muscle isn't built by accident. It's built by daily votes cast in the direction of your goals. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent, intentional, and committed. If you want to look better, feel stronger, live longer, and burn more fat, and move like an athlete into your 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, then building muscle is the magic ticket. And these 10 tips right here, that is your blueprint. So your action steps for the next week here, pick 3 of the 10 tips that you're not currently doing. Just pick 3 and commit to implementing them this week. Write them down, set reminders, tell someone, find an accountability buddy that can do it with you, track them. Progress loves a plan. You got this. Let's build that muscle team. And that's it, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me on this Training Tuesday episode of the Livin the Dream podcast. Share the knowledge that you gain with your friends and family and hold each other accountable. If this episode inspired you, share it with a friend who could benefit from some muscle building tips. To support this podcast and help it grow, please subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to this podcast on and leave a review telling others how this podcast has benefited you. You can also leave a comment on this episode, letting us know what you're incorporating that you've just learned today into your life. This is a non-cost way to help get this important wellness content into more people's ears. Tag me at livingthedream_podcast or at Coach Damien_SD and let us know how this episode benefited you. Let us know what we missed. Let us know what we got wrong. We want to know. Message us if you have any suggestions or tips that would help your Livin the Dream team that we can discuss in future episodes. I will be right here with you working on making us stronger, happier, and healthier humans. Until next time, friends, keep living the dream.